Welcome to another episode of Blooming Balcony Garden, and if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, share the video, and thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be showing you some updates on my potatoes, and I've done a bit of hacking today. I've pulled out a lot of the dead broccoli, well, not so much dead, but it's past its due date, and just filling up my compost bin. And I'm also going to be showing the seeds that I'm going to be sowing ready for summer harvest. So it's Canberra, so I'm going to be keeping them inside for a while until they sprout. And I'm just going to keep an eye on them. I've done a bit of a tidy up, and I hope to see you in the next episode. I filmed this a couple of months ago. In fact, probably about late May. So I had to quickly top up the soil in my potato grow bags because the first one had been topped up, but the others were growing quickly and it was still sort of warmish weather, so I had to top them up so I can get some more down the root system growing so they continue to produce. So I'm just filling the bags here, and it was quite satisfying. They have just shot up so quickly. I can't believe it. I've had to add some fertilizer as well just to make sure they're getting enough nutrients. I've never used grow bags before. I've always had a decent sized backyard, and the first time ever that I actually planted potatoes was when I owned my first home with my husband, he's my ex-husband now. And I wanted to break up the soil because my mum had told me that if you want to break up the soil, and soil in Canberra is very, very clayey, so I had planted so many potatoes and it did wonders for the soil. So I thought, I'm going to grow these Desirees because at the time that I got the grow bags, I was thinking about potatoes, but I wasn't sure if the season was appropriate for Desirees. Now, they're the sort of, pinky purpley coloured potatoes. I absolutely love them. And potatoes are quite expensive nowadays, so I thought, no, bugger this. I'm just going to go for it. And I used some, I didn't buy any from Bunnings, where I usually do my shop. I actually had used the sprouting ones from Aldi that I had left over, and I thought, I'm going to make some good use out of these potatoes, and I'll put them in and see how they go. Well, weeks went by and nothing seemed to happen, but then I started to see a little green out of the grow bags, and I thought I would stagger the growing. So I think it was a couple weeks to a month that I actually put the others into the other two grow bags, and the same thing started happening. So I'm so glad that I thought I'd, pursue the growth of potatoes in these grow bags as an experiment. And they're going well. I water them every second day because they pretty much on my balcony get sun all day long. except for early morning and evening, of course. But the sun just pierces through the balcony, sort of cut out between my neighbours and my side of the balcony. And as the weather actually warms up towards August, I think they're going to do really well. So this is the last of it. Last of my purple broccoli, which I'm harvesting now, and I'll pull out the plant tomorrow. And I think I might put in my cabbage seedlings. I've been collecting some cardboard and some packing paper that I've had in boxes, and I've decided to mix them up in my compost bin and add some brown matter so my compost can really start to, cure and develop. So I'm just taking these outside and going to start the process. We've had lots of rain and wind a few weeks ago, and my jonquils just tipped over, and I had to put some sort of trellis to hold them up, so if we have another wind, they're not going to flop over. So that's what I've done in that raised garden bed there. And I had to secure them so they won't break, but they've got lots of buds, and they've been confused with the weather. They've been flowering in winter, but I've got another raised bed with some more of them, and they're going to be fine. They've got lots of flower buds on them, and the tulips are coming out. So I'm pretty stoked that I had these spare trellises to keep them up. It's been wonderful having these broccolis, and the flowerets have been delightful, as well as the big 2 heads that grew out of those 2 purple broccolis that I had. But they had to come out, and I'm putting those cabbages in the spot that I had the broccolis in. I'm not sure if they're going to be okay, because it's another brassica that I'm putting in the same soil. But I've decided to plant them and see how they go. Well, if you don't try, you won't know. I didn't want to see these good leaves from the broccolis just, dumped. I didn't want to, waste them. They're so nutritious and so good for you. A couple of years ago, I grew some green broccolis. I can't remember the exact variety, but I decided to actually make broccoli rolls with them, like cabbage rolls, but instead of using cabbage leaves, I used the broccoli leaves. Goodness, they were so delicious, so yummy. I made a yummy tomato sauce with them. So I thought, well, since I'm working on the compost heap, instead of throwing all the good leaves away, all the ones that have been eaten by bugs, I'm throwing in the compost bin. But I wanted to save the good ones, and I'm just going to actually make a soup out of them this time and see how that goes. I found a recipe through ChatGPT, and I thought, well, why not? I'll see how this soup turns out. I've made broccoli soup before, and it's just delicious. So that's what I'm doing here before I throw everything into the compost bin. I'm glad I'm filling up this compost bin with the leftovers from the broccoli. It's been probably neglected for a bit, and I haven't really put a lot of veggie scraps in there, and it's become sort of very sludgy in there. So I thought I'd top it up with some of the paper that I've had from unpacking some boxes of stuff that I've ordered. Might as well put it to good use instead of throwing it in the recycling bin. Still got a heap left over, but why not? I gave it a bit of a turn after I've done all this, and hopefully it will start to ferment in there. Now these are the seeds that I'm picking out for next year. Thanks for joining me today and watching what I've been up to in the garden. I can't wait for these summer seedlings to come up and, just watch everything grow. I had a look at my cabbages after I'd planted them in the spots where I had the broccoli, and something's already got to them, even though I have a big net over it. But I'll show you what's happening in there probably in the next video. So thanks for watching again. Subscribe and share the video, and have a glorious day. God bless.